Francis Bartek, a widowed millionaire of Polish descent, forged his success in the construction industry after immigrating to France. Settling in Monaco, he nurtures a family consisting of 2 sons, Philippe and Alexandre, alongside a daughter named Stella. Despite their affluent lifestyle, none of the siblings engage in meaningful work, relying solely on their father's wealth to sustain their extravagant habits. Alexandre's reckless escapades, skipping classes for trysts with women of all ages, epitomize the family's disregard for responsibility. Stella indulges in endless shopping sprees, while Philippe, prone to whimsical business ventures, neglects his duties within the company. Francis, haunted by the loss of his wife, struggles to discipline his children, their unruly behavior tolerated in her absence. When Philippe proposes a ludicrous business concept, Francis hesitates to rebuke him, prompting his friend Ferrucio to highlight the absurdity of the idea. As the Bartek mansion buzzes with Stella's birthday party, tensions simmer beneath the surface. Francis grapples with confronting his children's shortcomings, exacerbated by Ferrucio's reproach for his leniency. Stella finds herself vexed by her lazy boyfriend, Juan Carlos, amidst opulence. Frustrated, Stella retreats to the kitchen and encounters Matthias, who bluntly assesses her motives. Meanwhile, Francis reflects on his late wife and seeks solace amidst the chaos. His encounter with Juan Carlos unravels a sequence of events, culminating in a clash of ideologies over Juan Carlos's intentions toward Stella and the origins of his wealth. Stella's defiance serves as a poignant reminder of Francis's failings as a father, her anger a reflection of years of neglect and disappointment. As the engagement announcement reverberates through the party, Francis is confronted with yet another revelation: Philippe's indiscretions captured for all to see on social media. The arrival of Alexandre's enraged principal adds another layer of chaos to the already tumultuous evening, laying bare the extent of Alexandre's transgressions. The school's principal said that he had admitted Alexandre as a favor without realizing the ensuing controversy. Since he has also been sleeping with the principal's daughters, Alexandre then emerges at the top of the stairs with them both at his side. Francis felt the weight of responsibility bearing down on him. After so many setbacks, he had thought that this institution would provide his kid with a second opportunity at acceptance. Now, though, confusion reigned, and Francis sensed that his stress level was at an all-time high. Amid the commotion, Francis's body surrendered to the strain, succumbing to a sudden heart attack. When he came to the hospital, Ferrucio, his faithful friend, stood vigil at his bedside. But even in recovery, the turmoil continued. Francis's children arrived, their bickering filling the air and sending his heart racing once more. With a heavy heart, Ferrucio ushered them out, leaving Francis to ponder the sorry state of their family. 2 months later, the siblings returned home, only to find themselves cut off from the outside world. Blocked credit cards and silent phones greeted them, while the looming presence of police signaled impending danger. In a desperate escape bid, Francis rallied his children for a daring escape to Marseille. Threats and coercion paved their path to freedom, but the grim reality soon emerged. Misappropriated funds had left their company in ruins, and now they were fugitives from the law. Ferrucio's disappearance only added suspicion to their plight. Determined to keep their suspicions close, Francis seized their cell phones to avoid detection. Arriving in Marseille, the contrast between their privileged upbringing and the humble lives around them filled them with discomfort. Their father's childhood home, now a shadow of its former self, served as their temporary refuge, epitomizing their fallen status with faulty light bulbs and shared beds. Over a meager dinner of fried bread, Francis laid bare the harsh truth: they needed to find work to survive. The next day, as dawn broke over Marseille, Francis sent his children out in search of employment while attending to their dilapidated dwelling. In their new reality, even the simplest tasks proved challenging, forcing them to confront their hardships head-on. Stella borrowed a stranger's phone against her father's wishes, a small act of rebellion. Meanwhile, Alexandre faced rejection in job hunting, and Philippe's lackadaisical approach to hygiene highlighted their descent into poverty. Former privileges afforded them little protection in this unfamiliar world, as their family's fortress crumbled, leaving them vulnerable to life's harsh realities. Philippe's quest for financial support ended in bitter disappointment as his friend's rejection shattered his illusions. Meanwhile, Alexandre and Philippe returned home empty-handed, their job hunts yielding no success. Stella's return, laden with luxury bags but devoid of sustenance, sparked a heated confrontation among the siblings. In a fit of retaliation, Philippe doused her newfound treasures with soap, a petty act of vengeance in their crumbling world. Amidst the chaos, unexpected allies emerged. Marguerite and Matthias responded to Stella's distress call, offering aid and opportunity. Matthias invited Stella to interview at his restaurant, providing a glimmer of hope. Despite Francis's refusal of financial assistance from Marguerite, her promise of secrecy preserved their dignity. The next day, Stella began her trial as a waitress, navigating challenges with determination. Despite frustrations, she persevered, shouldering her family's survival with resolve. Meanwhile, Philippe's journey led him to a job agency, where he clashed with harsh reality. Accepting a position as a bike taxi driver, he grappled with the consequences of his actions. Philippe's struggle as a bike taxi driver reached its peak as Malek, his rival, continually swooped in to steal his clients. Meanwhile, a clandestine visit from Ferrucio offered Francis a brief respite from their troubles, though his initial reluctance to indulge was evident. However, as they savored the lavish feast, Francis's motivations came under scrutiny, sparking doubts about his true intentions. A disturbance at home shattered their moment of reprieve, revealing Alexandre's neglectful behavior. Desperate to shield his son from further scrutiny, Francis hastily concocted a cover-up, a feeble attempt to preserve the illusion of normalcy. The revelation of Alexandre's laziness stoked the flames of resentment within the family, leading to a bitter rift as Philippe and Stella returned home with hard-earned money, only to discover Alexandre's idleness. Their anger is palpable, they withheld dinner from him, prompting Alexandre to seek sustenance in the wilderness surrounding their home, a futile effort that left him sick and disillusioned. As Francis enlisted Alexandre's help in repairing the house, the question of its significance loomed large. With emotions running high, Francis's vague explanation offered little solace, leaving Alexandre to ponder the mysteries of their past. Meanwhile, Stella's trials at the restaurant exposed her to the harsh realities of customer service, prompting a transformative realization of humility and empathy. Emboldened by her newfound understanding, she redoubled her efforts, determined to excel in her newfound role. However, amidst their struggles, a careless remark from Philippe threatened to unearth buried secrets, exposing Stella's past struggles with anorexia. The revelation of Stella's past struggles with anorexia sent shockwaves through the family, leaving Francis grappling with guilt and confusion. As he questioned why Stella hadn't confided in him sooner, the siblings seized the opportunity to confront their absent father, laying bare the wounds of their past. With accusations flying, the siblings recounted the moments of their lives when Francis's absence had left them vulnerable and alone. Stella's battle with anorexia, Alexandre's brush with the law, and Philippe's harrowing ordeal in the hospital all served as painful reminders of Francis's neglect. Feeling like a defendant in their courtroom of grievances, Francis retreated, his defenses crumbling under the weight of their accusations. Unable to bear the weight of their collective pain, he fled the room, his heart heavy with remorse. Yet, amidst the turmoil, a glimmer of hope emerged as Philippe finally took a stand against Malek, their rivalry giving way to an unexpected camaraderie. Through their shared passion for collector trainers, they forged an unlikely bond. Amidst shifting family dynamics, Alexandre's surprising plumbing skills impressed Francis, sparking newfound respect. Alexandre's unconventional learning methods revealed his resourcefulness and untapped potential. In Monaco, Juan Carlos's dalliances unearthed rumors of financial woes, prompting suspicions of foul play. Determined to uncover the truth, Juan Carlos investigated Ferrucio's activities. Amid familial reconciliation, Francis apologized for his shortcomings as a father, sharing the burden of their mother's illness and parenthood struggles. Despite misgivings, the siblings found solace in their father's words, strengthening their bond. Embracing unity, the family faced shared responsibilities, cherishing moments of laughter and reminiscence. Stella found camaraderie with coworkers, and Philippe and Malek's partnership offered hope for their financial future. However, their fragile peace was shattered by Juan Carlos's unexpected arrival, his ominous presence casting a shadow of uncertainty over their newfound tranquility. With tensions mounting, Francis faced an impossible choice: pay the price of Juan Carlos's silence or confront the truth head-on. As the siblings returned, Juan Carlos delivered a startling revelation, selling his properties in Argentina to alleviate the family's debts. Though tempted to expose his deceit, Francis opted to play along, concealing his misgivings to spare his children further pain. The weight of his deception gnawed at Francis, his guilt amplified by concerns for Stella's future with Juan Carlos. Confiding in Marguerite and Ferrucio, he resolved to come clean to protect his daughter. However, Juan Carlos hastily arranged an elopement, whisking Stella away despite Francis's protests. Francis rallied his sons to halt the impending nuptials, but Juan Carlos intercepted his call, masking protests with feigned affection. As the ceremony commenced, Stella learned of Juan Carlos's true identity as Kevin LaPowder, grappling with his deceit. Despite doubts, Juan Carlos persuaded her to proceed, until her family intervened, disrupting the facade of marital bliss. In a moment of reckoning, Francis revealed the truth to Stella about Juan Carlos's deception, laying bare the elaborate facade he had crafted to teach them a lesson. Shocked and betrayed, Stella's fury erupted, culminating in a resounding slap to Juan Carlos's face, as she, along with her siblings, retreated from their father's presence, their trust shattered beyond repair. In the aftermath of their estrangement, Francis found solace in his solitude, clinging to the remnants of his fractured family through untouched monthly checks and memories preserved in a glass bowl. Yet, fate intervened, as a chance encounter orchestrated by Ferrucio led Francis back to his childhood home, bearing flowers for Stella's birthday. Inside, the siblings thrived, each forging their path to success. Philippe and Alexandre's trainer business flourished. Alexander found fulfillment as a plumber, and Stella and Matthias embarked on a culinary venture of their own. However, their newfound prosperity was overshadowed by the tension that lingered in Francis's presence, a palpable reminder of their fractured bond. Sensing their collective regret, Francis seized the opportunity to extend one final olive branch, offering Stella flowers and a heartfelt apology. Touched by his sincerity, the siblings embraced reconciliation, inviting Francis to partake in their celebration, bridging the chasm that had divided them. As laughter and forgiveness filled the air, the family found solace in the bonds of forgiveness, their shared past giving way to a hopeful future built upon the foundation of love and understanding.